Well, good morning, everyone, and thank you for being here. The Public Safety Committee is honored to present this proclamation to recognize Fire Prevention Month. Public Safety Committee is Councilmember Lukey, Councilmember Mink, and myself. And the county executive used to be on the Public Safety Committee. He was the chair before me. The National Fire Protection Association celebrates Fire Prevention Week from October 5th to the 11th. But in Montgomery County, we highlight the importance of fire prevention during the entire month of October. Recently in Montgomery County, a garage fire, as an example, had a two-story single-family home, was caused by an electrical golf caddy lithium batteries, which resulted in $300,000 in damages. Thankfully, one occupant and two dogs escaped safely, and no injuries were reported by this fire. However, not everyone is so fortunate. Charge into fire safety lithium-ion batteries in your home is this year's official theme of the National Fire Protection Association for Fire Prevention. The theme highlights the growing risk of lithium-ion batteries in terms of purchasing, charging, storing, and properly disposing of them. These batteries supply power to many kinds of devices, including smartphones, laptops, scooters, e-cigarettes, smoke alarms, toys, and even cars. Several situations can lead to lithium-ion batteries catching fire, including overcharging or use of non-compliant charging equipment, overheating, or exposure to heat or extreme temperatures. Some safety tips include following the manufacturer's instructions, only use the batteries that are designed for the device, put batteries in the device the correct way, and only use the charging cord that came with the device. Air County has expanded the curbside battery and electronic recycling program, and recycling is by far the best way to dispose of these batteries. Specializing vendors will recycle electronics, while hazardous waste companies will handle battery recycling. To recover valuable materials, residents can schedule pickups for these items alongside their regular trash service by calling 311. And for more information to prevent fires, check out the Montgomery County Fire and Rescue Services homepage. Thank you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to ask the county executive to say a few words, and then I'm going to ask the other members of the Public Safety Committee, Councilmember Lukey and Councilmember Mink, and I'd like to point out that I always say it that way because it's in alphabetical order. It's for no other. I always tell them I love all my children. Yeah. And then I'm going to ask the county executive to say a few words to Chief Smedley, who's not here, but Pete Perringer is going to say a few words for him. So, Mr. County Executive.
Thank you. So, thank you all for doing this morning. Each October, we observe Fire Prevention Month, and it's not just a tradition, but it's a vital reminder of the everyday actions that we have to do to help save lives and protect property in Montgomery County. In Montgomery County, we're fortunate to be served by one of the nation's premier fire and rescue departments. With more than 120,000 emergency responses each year, Montgomery County Fire and Rescue Service, MCFRS, protects over 1 million residents every day. But today's fire service is far more than responding to emergencies. And under Chief Smedley, MCFRS has championed the prevention first mindset. And the mindset unites first responders and community risk reduction professionals in the shared goal of keeping residents safe. And through proactive data-driven outreach, public education, and home visits, the department is making measurable difference long before a 911 call is ever made. And the best prevention for fires is taking the right steps to make sure the fires don't start. When we get called out to a fire, we've already gotten beyond the point where we would like to be. So the work we're doing in communities to educate people about fire safety is really important. And this Fire Prevention Month this year, which is being called Charge into Fire Safety, is focusing on the dangers of lithium batteries and the fires they cause. And if any of you have ever seen some of the demos of lithium batteries, particularly in automobiles, and the incredibly high temperatures and the difficulty of putting those fires out, you get an idea of just how different lithium is than some of the other sources of fire. When damaged and misused, they can fail suddenly, and fires can occur very quickly, and they can last, and they're very intense, and they can be deadly. Use only manufacturer-approved chargers. Never charge batteries on beds, couches, or under pillows. That's probably especially bad idea. Stop using devices that overheat or show damage. If your device is overheating, you probably have a problem. Stop using the device. And ensure that your smoke alarms are working on every level of the home. So fire safety is not just about responding, it's about staying ahead and educating and preventing fires by educating our residents. And that's what community risk reduction is all about. That's why our fire and rescue professionals, this is what they do every day. And I just want to thank them for what they do. The education efforts we make in this community pay off. The more people that understand the risks that they face, the more likely they are to take this seriously. Lithium-ion batteries are not your grandfather's batteries. They are a different battery, a different animal, and they need to be treated differently. So thanks for the opportunity, and I'll turn it over to Councilmember Lukey.
I know, we're gonna, we might have to fix that amongst ourselves sometimes where Kristen and I trade up. And Dad didn't say hi to us today till he came all the way down here. Thank you for joining us. I'm very excited about Fire Prevention Month, and we just had a public safety town hall in my district last night where we were joined by our fire and rescue colleagues who gave a wonderful presentation on all the different ways you can prevent and protect yourself from the hazards of a fire in your home. And I want to add a little context to something that the county executive just said, which was about, we're adults, so maybe we don't charge our phones under a pillow. But what if you have teens or tweens in your house? Because what do they do at night when they're trying to hide said cell phone from you? And where do you think it's plugged in? So you need to have that conversation with your teens and tweens because they don't understand the risks that the batteries inside that device can pose. And it's really, really important to talk to them about that, right? I also wanted to highlight the need not just to be careful about the lithium-ion batteries, but about all batteries. We shouldn't be putting batteries in our trash. You can go ahead and drop them off. There are a number of different retail outlets that do accept them to recycle or to dispose of properly. I know Home Depot is one of those places. And much like our proclamation related to breast cancer awareness, there's a theme today. There's awareness, prevention, and recognition in these three proclamations. All three things require a bit of hit pause and take notice, right? And so whether it's your cancer screenings, and I'm standing up here, I didn't have breast cancer. I had skin cancer recently, so I have some stitching up here. You have to take the time to take care of yourself. You have to take the time to check things out in your home, like your smoke detectors, like where things are being stored, like whether you're going to bed overnight with your lithium-ion battery charging for your weed whacker or whatever else it is in your garage, because we have a lot of garage fires. And you need to take time to recognize those in your community around you that you're going to hear in our next proclamation, and why that's important and why identity is important. So please do take that time. It is fire pit season. It is festive Oktoberfest Halloween season. So there's a lot of outdoor activities going on now, some of which we will use the fire pits for. And you need to be careful about monitoring that. And I know our folks last night did cover this, the outdoor-in fire problems, where the fire starts outside and then affects your home. We usually think about it the other way around. And a fun fact that oddly I learned from our chief of the Sandy Spring Volunteer Fire Department at a BREM Breast Cancer Foundation event, to tie everything together today, is that it takes as much water to put out an electric vehicle fire as it takes to put out a fire in a 4-bedroom single-family home. So I want you to think about that and think about the magnitude of why these safety precautions are so important. Please do reach out to MCFRS. They are here to help you. They do offer those in-home inspections and checks to help you understand how best to protect yourself. And I want to thank them all for their incredible service to our community. Now on to Councilmember Mink.
I'm gonna put an A at the beginning. The A is gonna be silent. I wanted to first highlight a slogan that I actually learned at one of these proclamations previously, and that changed the way I behave in my home, which is close before you doze. And that means before you go to sleep, make sure that all those doors, those bedroom doors, that all of those doors are closed. And that was just, I mean, I have thought about all the many, many nights that I've gone to sleep and I've not done that. So I know I don't run my dryer at night anymore. But I also closed the doors in my basement where there's a furnace room, etc. Those doors are now closed, and I have young kids, and they both like to fall asleep with the door open. So after they fall asleep, I come back and I close the door before they go to bed. And what I learned is that that buys you invaluable time. It buys you time for the fire department to be able to get there and put a stop to things before it gets too bad. And so that is so simple. It's free. Anybody with a door can close that door. And so it's just up to all of us to spread the good word. And so I'm glad we have an opportunity like this and like the ones in which I learned that very fact from our Montgomery County team. And now my home is safer because of it. And I also wanted to highlight one of our career pathways, because an important part of this work is making sure that we have incoming workforce. I also sit on the Education and Culture Committee, and we have an MCPS pathway that allows for students to graduate with their EMT license. And I was actually just at the Burtonsville Volunteer Fire Department open house, and I met a young man named James, who is 18, and who has been volunteering regularly with that fire department for almost 2 years. He is able to spend full shifts staffing an ambulance. He has his license, and he is using his experience and his certifications to, he's planning to go to nursing school following his high school graduation. And so one of the things one of the takeaways there is that for students, not only do you get this incredibly valuable experience, you leave with licenses, certifications, it's a great pathway into not just potentially the fire department and other emergency personnel opportunities. It's also a great pathway into the medical field in general, whether that's you want to be a nurse, a doctor, etc. So that's something that students can start when they are heading into their junior year. They can do a 2-year program, and they can also do a 1-year program their senior year. And there is an open house coming up, an information session coming up. Is it tomorrow? For October. There's one at Edison tomorrow. There you go. So if you have an MCPS student who is entering high school and wants to learn about that program, please have them ask their counselor for details coming up tomorrow. And it's open to all MCPS students. And there is transportation from our MCPS high schools for students to be able to participate in this program. And with that, I will turn it back to, all right, excellent. Okay, we're back to
Playing the part.
Wait a minute, let me.
Thanks, Pete. Oh, he's got to do a
No,
song.
I'm just kidding.
Really?
I'm just kidding. Well, thank you all for being here. And first of all, we have a heck of a team right behind you. I want to thank the Public Safety Committee, but also the entire council for all you've done. Obviously, it sounds like everybody's been paying attention because you've said everything that needs to be said about smoke alarms, and Chief Smedley really advocates the prevention state of mind, and I'm sure he'll be very happy to hear that you've heeded the warnings that we give. And under the direction of Chief Cooper, we have a lot of operations people here. We also have members of our community risk reduction team here, so those are the people that are engaged, fully engaged in the community. But it really is our responsibility as residents to listen to this advice, take it, and prevent the 911 call. Learn CPR, whatever opportunities that there are to be safe, keep you safe. That's our responsibility, and we take advantage. We like to think every day is Fire Prevention Day, but this week is National Fire Prevention Week. But in Montgomery County, we take the opportunity to engage in the month. A number of open houses have taken place. Hundreds, maybe thousands of people have been coming by there, so we appreciate that. But it's pretty simple. Check your smoke alarm, have an escape plan, and know what to do before the emergency happens. But thank you for county executive, the fire chief, council members, public safety committee. They really have said a lot, and I was really had a big smile on my face. They are paying attention, and it makes a big difference. We're a large community. We have a lot of people that live here. We're very diverse. but we are very safe as well, and it's because of people that are standing behind me, our operations people, our first responders, but also those in the community and our council members and politicians and our community members that are paying attention and keeping us all safe. So thank you, and check your smoke alarms.
Before we read the proclamation, I did want everyone to be able to introduce themselves, please.
Hi, my name is Battalion Chief Chantel Brown.
Good morning, Beth Ann Nessel, Community Risk Reduction Manager.
Christy Duke, Community Risk Reduction.
Earl Stoddard, Assistant CAO for Public Safety.
Good morning, Michael Kelly, Division Chief, Volunteer Services.
Good morning, Gary Cooper, Chief of Operations.
Good morning, Chase Fabrizio, Assistant Chief of Operations.
Good morning, Raphael Gibson, Battalion Chief in charge of recruitment and hiring.
Good morning, Ashley Robinson, Battalion Chief.
Kelly Mullendor, Assistant Chief of Special Operations.
Dominic Coletti, Battalion Chief, Operations.
Franz Panthier, Assistant Chief, Fire Chief's Office.
Good morning, Rabia Sabakan, Director, Department of Permitting Services.
Hi, good morning. Jeff Seltzer, excuse me, Acting Director, Department of Environmental Protection.
Patsy Warnick, County Fire Marshal, Manager of Fire Code Compliance.
Jim Resnick, Community Risk Reduction.
Thank you all very, very much for everything you do. We're going to read a proclamation. Whereas Montgomery County, Maryland is committed to ensuring the safety and security of all who live in, work, and visit the county, and
whereas fire remains a serious public safety concern both locally and nationally, and the widespread use of lithium-ion batteries in everyday devices such as smartphones, laptops, power tools, e-bikes, and e-scooters presents unique fire risks, making public awareness on safety, use, charging, storage, and recycling practices essential. And
whereas residents can help prevent such fires by following 3 key steps: purchase only safety listed certified products, charge batteries safely, and recycle or dispose of them responsibly. These are practices that reduce fire risks while also protecting the environment and the community. And
whereas the Montgomery County Fire and Rescue Service, together with county partners, the Department of Permitting Services, and the Department of Environmental Protection, continues to advance fire prevention, safety education, and the adoption of strong building and safety codes to protect lives. And whereas the 2025 Fire Prevention Month theme, Charge into Fire Safety, Lithium-Ion Batteries in Your Home, underscores the importance of safe battery use, charging, and recycling, and reinforces that fire prevention is not just a week or a month, but a shared responsibility practiced by everyone every day.
now therefore be it resolved that County Executive Mark Elrich, the Public Safety Committee, and the entire County Council of Montgomery County, Maryland hereby recognize October 2025 as Fire Prevention Month, presented on this 14th day of October in the year 2025.